Hey, so when you usually see me, I'm always talking about how I protect families from using their own money for out of pocket costs and other expenses for a funeral. Well, today I'd actually like to talk to you about how I got into selling life insurance. I never seen myself selling life insurance. As a matter of fact, I was actually pretty shy growing up, all the way into my 20s and even into my 30s. Like, I didn't know you, I wasn't really trying to have a conversation with you. However, I had a scenario happen with my family and it absolutely changed the course of my life. I've always been a creative. I went to school for photography. I had my own business doing photography for a while. I've always worked on flyers, brochures. I was a dancer growing up as well, like just high into the arts, right? Well, I was in Atlanta for 18 years. I moved back to Oklahoma to be close to my mom when I found out I was pregnant. I always envisioned being next to my mom whenever I had a baby. And so I moved back. I'm helping my mom. She had a knee surgery. And then we get acclimated to life. I start working in the apartment industry. I was a leasing agent, then an assistant, and then I became a property manager. So, long story short, I had a phone call with my mom. I had just had a baby. And I had the urge to actually go inside the house. But I said, I've got the baby in the car, really busy. I need to get home, cook dinner, blah, blah, blah. All the things that we always tell ourselves, right? I'm busy. I can do this a little bit later. So I called my mom and said, hey, I'm not going to come in today because I usually get out the car, go in the house and visit with my mom. We were really close. Every day was a conversation, okay? Sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. But anyway, so I'm not coming in today, but I'll come over on Monday. It's Labor Day. I'll be off. I won't have to rush. I'll bring the baby. Blase, blase, woo, right? So I say, I love you. I'll see you on Monday. My mom says it back to me. I get a call on Saturday and I rush over to the house, find that my mom is sick. And I now understand that had I gone into the house when I got the urge to go into the house, I would have seen that she was sick. And I would have immediately said, you need to go to the hospital. And this is why it's important when you have an urge to do something, you're not going to always know why, but it's important to follow that urge. I like to call it discernment. I am a believer in Christ. And so I have discernment on a lot of different things. I can see somebody, I can see something, and I will get a download of information. I won't know why I'm feeling or hearing that information, but I always get the explanation later. So I've learned to just do it, but in that time I was not obedient. So anyway, later that evening, I get a call from my brother telling me to come over. I come over, I see my mom, and I immediately know she's not well and that she's actively dying. Like, never experienced that in my life before, but when you see it, you know. So they basically say they got to take her to the hospital. And my mom always told me, like, if I'm ever in a position where I can't talk and they put something down her throat so she couldn't, to just talk to her because she's still there. And sidebar, talk to your children about your wishes, you know, whether that's funeral, whatever. Talk to your children because you have no idea how that is going to really guide them later in life if something happens, okay? And you always want them to know what your wishes are regarding money, regarding health, regarding death. Like, all these things are important. Anyway, so I say, Mom, I get down on the floor. I say, I'm going to follow you to the hospital. I'll see you there. Okay? She squeezes my hand, so I knew she understood what I said. I get to the hospital. They say, your mom has COVID. We're not allowing anybody to go in those rooms. You might as well go home. We'll call you in the morning. And I told the nurse to let my mom know that I'm here and that we're waiting for her. And the nurse said, yeah, we'll let her know. If she ever told her that, I honestly don't know. I would just hope and pray that she did. So I get a call the next morning, right? Like, I told some of my friends what was going on, but I get a call and I'm just thinking she just got sick or whatever. She'll be fine, despite what I've seen. And then I get the call and they say, yeah, this is how you set up arrangements. You're going to want to talk about this with the body. And then I understand that she passes away. She had passed away. And for whatever reason, my phone was acting up, so I missed the call when they tried to call me. So listen, this is the reason why I got into life insurance, but there's a whole nother reason why I wanted to educate families, because what happened after my mom passed away was much harder to deal with than her actually passing away. So I'll save that for maybe my next video if you want to hear about it. But I educate families with life insurance because I understand it's not about the sale. It's about helping a family to avoid hard situations like that if at all possible. And if you're not ready, if you don't have the money, if you haven't discussed what your wishes are, you're only making it harder on yourself. Yes, it's a tough conversation, but I'd rather have that on the front end than not be able to have it at all. So, thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next video.